AI is going to displace so many people. If you want to compete in 2040, you think you're going to be competing with human mental power? No, dude. You have to be competing with your AI, with your robots, with your automations. Technology is accelerating so quickly that if you're building companies of today, tomorrow they'll become irrelevant.
You've done very well in life at a very young age, and this is what most people aspire to be objectively on the outside. So I want to get really deep into that. Totally opposite of what I just said. What do you think about AI?
Dude, so AI is going to displace so many people. You know, when you do like the self-tag at the airport, it makes sense, right? You don't need as many people ticketing, you use automation, and you leave it on the counter for the lady to, or the guy or whoever, to basically put it on the little line that takes it away. So I go and I hand the lady my little sticker and I hand her my suitcase, and she's like, no, you need to put the sticker on the suitcase. I looked at her, I was like, you will be replaced by AI. But I said it to her because it made sense. It made sense that the value that she provides to her company can be replaced by automation. There's an extensive period of growth. What we're seeing right now is sort of like ground rules, and you see this automation kind of playing, because sometimes ChatGPT does some dumb stuff, right? Yeah. And it plays within the sandbox of the creator. So the creator sets the rule set, right, as to how the AI can process information and what it can't talk about or can't touch. As entrepreneurs and like us that are kind of like on more of a come up stage and not that established big organization kind of structure, we can start creating, as tools become more available, we can create our own AI. If you want to compete in 2040, you think you're going to be competing with human mental power? No, dude. You have to be competing with your AI, with your robots, with your automations, with your softwares, because that's where the future is headed, and it's going to be huge. It's not just AI, but you need to create robots and machinery to power what would be manual labor. You need not only software, you need hardware. You will not need consultants anymore. You can consult the most intelligent consultant there is, right? If you teach it that way. But I think people need to start utilizing it. If not, they're gonna be left behind. I think it's powerful.
I feel like it's gonna be like phases of AI. So
yeah,
like
for sure.
This first phase that we're hitting right now, because it's here and
yeah,
it's good,
and it's like hot too.
And anyone can use it.
It's hot, dude.
And so it's like happening. And so obviously there's a lot of like value arbitrage opportunities to make a little short-term business, but eventually one AI is gonna rule them all. So short-term, phase one, what should people do? What's the most optimal way they can like actionably protect themselves?
Technology is accelerating so quickly that if you're building companies of today, tomorrow they'll become irrelevant. So you need to build companies of the future. You need to build companies that are going to be relevant tomorrow, and that the evergreen period before that becomes irrelevant is extensive. I think we're going to have a decade where AI is still very...
That long? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. We don't know the capacity that currently exists. True. And the fact that what is currently publicly available is so powerful has to be a clue that there is something more powerful out there. If you look at, for example, BlackRock uses an AI called Aladdin to do forecasting and predictions. And they've had this model being developed over the last several years, and that beats and trumps every other software and automation and any other person that's playing the game.
Like they could have had such an evolved AI for so
100%,
long trading
dude.
Markets, and if it's like actually a true AI,
think about the advantage you have to
make that much.
13 trillion plus whatever in assets under management. You don't just get there by chance. You need to have massive amounts of leverage. Using bots and automation, they're all like little micro workers and employees that do not sleep, they do not rest. They're there 24/7, they don't complain, they do what you tell them to do, and they're reliable. Yeah. And that's super powerful, and that's going to rule out a ton of people.
It's very interesting because a lot of people aren't entrepreneurial, and so I feel like I talk to a small audience when I talk that way, but that's our interest. 3 years ago, we'd ask someone, you need to get hard skills. You need to provide value, because no matter your network, if you're not valuable to someone, even if you meet Luke Belmar, how can you help them? But it'd be like copywriting or video or these hard skills that you could provide value to someone. What should someone be learning if AI is going to do all this?
There's a human factor and a human element that allows the world to go round. And even if AI is created, and yes, it learns by itself in the near future, it teaches itself, it has an origin point.